BatchLeads, Propstream, which is the ultimate list pulling software you need to be using in your real estate wholesaling business. What's up, guys? My name's Zach, and I've done over 1,000 real estate wholesaling deals in 5 years, and I've made millions of dollars with both softwares. In today's video, I'm going to break down exactly the differences, the pros and cons of each, the difference of cost, quality, and everything when it comes to Propstream versus BatchLeads. We're going to break down MLS access, skip tracing, data quality, drawing for dollars, extra features, customer service. This is going to be the ultimate breakdown of each software and where you should spend your hard-earned money in real estate wholesaling. Before we break it down, do me a big favor and smash that like button and subscribe, and let's break it down. So what is BatchLeads and what is Propstream if you don't know what it is? BatchLeads is basically a software service where they do skip tracing, list polling, they have other features on there. They were known mostly for their skip tracing, but eventually they turned into a full-service real estate wholesaling platform. The one thing about BatchLeads that is definitely different from Propstream is BatchLeads is owned, founded by, and ran by people who actually were wholesalers versus Propstream, which I would call more corporate, quote unquote. They're owned by a huge publicly owned company. They were founded for more general real estate investing in mind. Now, the cool part about it is you can use both softwares, you're going to be fine. And before we break down exactly the nitty gritty of each one and which one you should be choosing, I just want you to understand, these softwares are not going to make or break your success for wholesaling. Now, one might be better for you, but it's not going to completely change the game. The best analogy I can give to this is a Lowe's hammer versus a Home Depot hammer. If your job is just to hammer a nail, if you go to Lowe's and buy the hammer and use their hammer versus the Home Depot one, they're pretty much going to be the same. Now, over time, one might be slightly better than the other. One might suit your needs better. But at the end of the day, it really comes down to the operator, aka the wholesaler, versus the software. So many people like to blame the software, the skip tracing results, and so many other things in their wholesaling success based on external factors when most of the time it comes back to your education and the type of action and list you're taking. Remember, these softwares are only tools. They can't make you pull the right list. You have to put the right criteria in that list. So that being said, let's break everything down. And I want to give you my biases up front. I know the owners of BatchLeads. They're great people. I also talk to the higher ups of Propstream all the time. I use both softwares in my real estate wholesaling business. And I can tell you straight up, I've made millions of dollars from both softwares pulling the same exact lists. But there is some slight differences you should know in wholesaling real estate about these softwares. So I'm going to break these down by categories and really show the differences between them. These categories today are going to be skip tracing, MLS access, data quality, comping tools, drawing for dollars features, customer service, and bonus features. We're going to talk about all of these today when it comes to both services. So number one, what are the costs of both these softwares? BatchLeads comes around $98 per month, and Propstream is about $97 per month as of this video. They pretty much cost the same, but these prices are always subject to change. So the first category is skip tracing here. BatchLeads skip tracing, you have to pay per month for the service, which basically comes with it if you're doing the list polling. This will cost anywhere between 10 to 14 cents. Propstream, on the other hand, is 12 cents for the skip tracing. I've personally found the edge on this one in BatchLeads. I exclusively skip trace with BatchLeads. But I have used Propstream's list just to test SMS text blast and cold calling out, and I've done deals with them. I have personally found BatchLeads has better skip tracing when it comes to these two softwares. Now, I know some gurus or YouTubers are going to swear by Propstream or swear by Batch. That's just honestly what I've seen. Propstream skip tracing is still going to help you out if you want to use it. Now, the next part here is MLS access. A lot of you guys might not know this. Earlier this year, Propstream, aka lost access to MLS data. And BatchLeads claims to still have MLS data comp. Now, I'm trying to say this as unbiased as I can, but sources from Propstream claim that BatchLeads doesn't actually have MLS data, but BatchLeads and the owners have confirmed to me and have told me they still have the access. It's up to you to decide which one you believe. This doesn't mean Propstream doesn't have MLS comps. Propstream basically has an algorithm where they based off the sales price with mortgage data, where they can pretty much estimate the sales price to around 5 to 10% of the actual price. I've tested it using BatchLeads and Propstream before, and their estimated sales prices on each and the MLS sales price is always between 5% of each other. Other YouTubers have also confirmed this, where they've actually pulled sales comps in non-disclosure states with Propstream and BatchLeads and have found they're always within usually $1,000 with each other. So I will put the edge here on the MLS access just because I trust the owners with Batch, but very slightly. Pretty much it's a tie. Now this brings us back to data quality here. And data quality really comes back to where these services are getting their data from and the research and development they pour into it. Now both services have amazing data quality and you will not go wrong with both. I personally know 7-figure wholesalers outside of me in Florida, the Southeast, the Northeast, the Southwest, and up in like Washington State that use BatchLeads data and do very well through direct mail, SMS, and cold calling campaigns. And I also know people that do really well with the Propstream data services. Personally, I tend to favor Propstream when it comes to the data quality. I'm so big into direct mail and disruptive marketing, I kind of like the Propstream data lists a little better. You guys know from this channel, I'm huge on probates. I love probates. And Propstream came out with a feature called pre-probates, where they basically scrub the deceased list, basically the obituary records and the death records, with people that own properties. So you can actually pull a probate list, basically people that passed away that owned real estate without the probate actually having to be filed with the court record, which means you beat all the realtors and other real estate investors to that probate lead. My average probate deal is $50,000 to $60,000 in profit. So that list has been absolutely killer for me for Propstream. So I use a lot of that for my cold calling campaigns. Propstream also has zombie properties, which is basically pre-foreclosures that people abandoned. They've been really powerful for SMS text blasting. While BatchLeads has a lot of really good demographic features that Propstream just doesn't have. It's really a toss-up of which one you want to use. I've personally found the cash buyers data to be a lot more accurate with BatchLeads than Propstream, versus Propstream having better seller data. The cash buyer data is pretty good on Propstream, but just not as good as BatchLeads. So for seller data, I would give about a 5% edge to Propstream and then maybe a 10% edge on the cash buyers data to Batch. Now let's talk about comping properties. The best comping to a property is just having the actual MLS access from a realtor, or if you're a realtor or real estate agent, that is straight up going to be the best one. Propstream and BatchLeads cannot compare to that. But on the other hand, if you have to use these services for comping, I would prefer Batch. I think Batch has a lot better comping tools than Propstream. It's just a lot easier. I like the user interface better. But we still use both services. When it comes to my personal company, our acquisitions managers, they have access to Propstream and BatchLeads and the MLS. And some acquisitions managers like Batch better and some like Propstream better. I tend to prefer BatchLeads on this one. It's like 5% better though. One thing I really wanted to bring up, which is a huge problem in the real estate wholesaling quote unquote influencer or YouTube industry, are other YouTubers doing affiliate marketing when it comes to these software companies. Now, as you see behind me, I do have links for Propstream and BatchLeads. Every time somebody signs up for one of these softwares, I usually make around 20 bucks. That being said, as you know, a lot of real estate influencers like to push one software over the other. Most of these YouTubers are forced to use only one of these companies. One will push it more than the other. For example, I know some YouTubers out here that get paid from Propstream that exclusively will only use Propstream because those guys and gals are pretty much in it for the money. They'll only promote that service to get the best percentage on the affiliate marketing as possible. And those people will tell you that BatchLeads is the devil. It's the worst thing in the world and you should never use it. And on the other hand, you have the people that promote only BatchLeads that they're kind of leveraged too, where they are only going to use BatchLeads so they get the most money. And these people, they wear their BatchLeads shirts. The Propstream people wear the Propstream shirts and clothes and tell you only use this service. I know people that say BatchLeads is the only thing you should be using. If you're not, Propstream's the worst. It's terrible. It's literally the devil. You should never use Propstream. Now, I think it's kind of crazy, and I'm not going to get political, but it's sort of like a politics thing in wholesaling. Either you're on this side or this side of the aisle, right? And it's kind of crazy that no other YouTuber kind of looks at both services objectively and sees the best in both. So I just want you to understand, if you see a YouTuber or a real estate influencer tell you that you can only use one software and only one software is going to get you success, they are straight up lying to you. The cool part about the following we have grown on this channel is I've kind of leveraged our channel and our audience where we're able to promote both of these things. So you're able to get free trials to both softwares, which means when I talk to you about Propstream or BatchLeads, I'm not going to tell you to use one over the other. What I personally recommend you should do is go to the free trials of both, try them both for 7 days separately, and then you figure out which one you want to use. For example, if you want to use BatchLeads for free, go to zachdata.com, try out BatchLeads for 7 days and see which one you like and see if you like that software. Then go to listrei.com and try Propstream for free for 7 days. Or you do the free trials both for 7 days and just figure it out. No real estate influencer or YouTuber will literally tell you to try both of them out and see which one you like. It makes no sense to me. You at the end of the day are going to have your own preference for it. We all have preferences for everything, right? Some people love spicy food. Some people hate spicy food. If your favorite rapper doesn't like spicy food and tells everyone not to have spicy food, maybe you like spicy food versus vice versa. I truly believe these services really come down to a preference and what your needs are going to be. And I'm going to break down what needs work best for every type of wholesaler out there. But just understand these influencers in this industry are forcing one software upon you to make the most money. So try both these services and see which one you like best. I have the money. I run a 7-figure operation. I don't need to force links upon you. You can choose which one's best for you. You are smart enough to watch this channel and get into real estate wholesaling. I think you're smart enough to figure out which one's best for you. Next one here is drawing for dollars. Now, I'm a huge proponent for drawing for dollars, and I truly believe the best list for wholesaling real estate today is drawing for dollars. So BatchLeads and Propstream both have drawing for dollars apps and tools out there. They're just a little different. So BatchLeads doesn't come with the drawing for dollars app. You have to buy it separately. It's called Batch Driven, and Batch Driven is actually probably the best drawing for dollars app between the two. Batch Driven costs $49 a month, and you get like a bigger service. And of course, you're paying that premium. There's more R&D probably being done with that one. So it is a better drawing for dollars platform versus Propstream, which when you pay that $97 a month, the drawing for dollars app is actually free. You just download the Propstream app, log it in, and it's all in there. So one part is free and the other one's a $49 add-on. Now it depends on your systems and everything like that. If you're having a team, Batch Driven is probably gonna be the best, but between you and me, if you're gonna pay $49 a month or $100 a month for like a premium Batch Driven, the best drawing for dollars app that money can buy is Deal Machine. Now, I personally don't know the owners of Deal Machine, but someone that has used it before and actively talked to people that use it, Deal Machine is hands down the best drawing for dollars app out there. But if we're comparing the two, I would say Propstream has a clear edge when it comes to drawing for dollars. You're just saving an extra $600 a year that you can use to pay for your Propstream or your batch leads or extra skip tracing. The differences between Propstream's drawing for dollars and BatchLeads drawing for dollars is not insane. I would say Batch Driven's probably 10 to 15% better, which I don't think really justifies that extra price. Now, if you're making a ton of money, it probably will justify the price because you can record the tracking and the drive routes and everything like that. But really, when you're starting out in this business or you're making under $1 million and you're not scaling an insane drawing for dollars system or you're just doing it yourself, Propstream's more than enough and it doesn't justify that extra money. Now, let's talk about customer service. Each customer service is a tad different. So BatchLeads hands down has the best customer service out there. You basically have a rep that helps you out. They call you to make sure you're doing well. And BatchLeads' customer service is pretty much second to none when it comes to software support. Now, this doesn't neglect Propstream. Propstream still has amazing customer service and they have amazing people that help you out with the software. I've just found that BatchLeads is a tad better. Now, the customer support side too, Propstream does have trainings and BatchLeads does have trainings. Now, Propstream's training is a lot better, especially the way they teach it. I would have to say hands down that the better training is with Propstream. The Propstream Academy is amazing and they have really good tutorials. So I would say customer service is kind of a tie here. If you're looking for better customer service, Batch is fine. And then Propstream's got better training. Now, how many leads can you pull with each service? They're both, you're able to pull 10,000 leads per month. Now, the last part here is what I call bonus features. Now, BatchLeads and Propstream both have extra features that they do have. So probably the coolest bonus feature BatchLeads has is you can actually pull 5,000 records for free when you go to like zachdata.com, which Propstream really doesn't have when you're starting out. Propstream has a free trial, but you can't pull 5,000 records like zachdata.com. Now, the bonus feature for Propstream is they don't have that, but they have some cool add-ons. For example, with Propstream, aka listrei.com, you can actually build your own website that you can use for SEO in listrei.com. Now, if you go to freewholesaling.com, which is my free wholesaling course, I break down exactly how to use that feature in the Propstream training. We also have a BatchLeads training in there. When you're in listrei.com, you also get access to Bluehammer, which is basically a repair tool estimate feature and website that you get absolutely for free. And the other bonus feature you do get is when you do pay that $98 for BatchLeads, if you want to add on SMS text blasting, it's a lot cheaper. And it makes it hands down so much cheaper than if you use any other SMS text blasting platform out there. But really at the end of the day, both companies are slightly different. Now, BatchLeads is a smaller company if you look at the traffic ranking, and that's necessarily not a bad thing. They're more focused towards wholesaling, where Propstream's owned by actually a large company, and they're sort of gearing it towards general real estate investing, which they still have the wholesaling on there, but they're gearing it trying to become bigger and bigger, which might be better for Propstream. They might get more research and development they get to pour in, but it might not be wholesaling specific. But the data could be better, could not, we don't know. At the end of the day, both of these software companies have poured millions of dollars in research and development to make their data better. So this video is as of today. In 3 to 4 years from now, maybe Propstream has an edge on something and BatchLeads has an edge on something. We don't know yet. As of this video, it depends on your specific avatar or which one's best for you. Personally, I have found BatchLeads is probably going to be your best choice if skip tracing and SMS text blasting are your biggest priorities. If you're in a non-disclosure state, I would probably recommend you use zachdata.com here. Now, if you're a newer wholesaler and you want a cheaper option, I feel like Propstream overall is going to be the cheapest option for you. You do get that drawing for dollars. So if you're a beginner, in a disclosure state, and you care more about getting better seller data and more disruptive marketing, and you're really not trying to build like an insanely huge system yet, and you're just trying to get it cheaper, Propstream is probably gonna be your best investment after your first or second deal. So at the end of the day, I feel like you should try the trials for both and see which one works best for you. Personally, I like using both, so I'm not going to give you my favorite here. You really should try the free trials in both and see which one works best for you. And if you're watching this video and you haven't gotten a real estate deal, you probably shouldn't use any of these softwares yet. I personally recommend you use one of these softwares after you get your first or second deal and then reinvest in the business to start scaling up your efforts so you spend less time in this business. Just pulling government lists using truepeoplesearch.com and cold calling like a Google Voice and using my free dialer I actually have at freewholesaling.com is going to give you the best results starting out. So ultimately, it's up to you as a person which one's going to be best for you. It's more of a preference. It's a Starbucks Dunkin' type thing. Batman versus Spider-Man. Do you prefer Facebook or Instagram? It's really up to your personal preference. But at the end of the day, you need to make the decision yourself. You should not be looking to a guru or influencer to tell you which one's going to be best for you. The best one is what your personal business has and which one's going to be best for you and suit your need. I'll personally tell you, I've done some polls here on the channel. Most of our subscribers here, about 74 to 76% prefer Propstream versus 26 to 24% preferring BatchLeads. Now, I do believe Propstream is more popular because most influencers do push that, but the ones that push BatchLeads do it religiously also. So just understand Propstream is more popular in real estate right now, but trends do change. That being said, guys, go to zachdata.com, go to listrei.com, try them both for free and see which one's best for you. Hopefully this helped you out and helped you make the decision on the Propstream versus BatchLeads software and which one's best for you. I really hope you got some value out of this. If you did, do me a favor and smash the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. Have a blessed one.